Hello, lovely Taurus, lovely Taurians. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading leading up to the full moon in Libra this Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 28th, here in Aotearoa. What was I going to say? Oh, we're doing. If you've not watched any of these videos before, we're doing a shortened Celtic cross. We'll go back through and clarify and pull a couple of other cards at the end. So we'll just get the central point, the basis of that, what's behind you, Taurus, where you're at right now, and moving forward as well. So let's start. Let's get into it. Central point for beautiful Taurus at this time. Oh, at this time. Just one more card. It's looking pretty fiery in a good way. Wow. All right. What do we got? Wow. Ooh. Look. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. The central point is the Knight of Wands. There's a very passionate, fiery, this could be, look, it could be someone in your world. It could be elements of yourself, Taurus. If you've got, a bit of fire in your chart. He's a really impulsive character, quite brave in that he or she doesn't really worry too much about rumination. Straight in there like a rocket, like a rat up a drain pipe, they say. So kind of interesting, very passionate character. And whether this is aspects of yourself, Taurus, or someone in your life, we have the Tower crossing it. There's either a breaking down, there's a breaking out, is what I'm hearing. A breaking out of structures that you've been, I just get here, putting up with. Things are moving. There's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of flame going on. The Tower is a wonderful card. In this, we see a rebuilding because, in order for something to stay upright, to continue to work, the foundation needs to be strong. So this could be a clean out, even in a relationship scenario. It could be a massive clean out. You've decided to rebuild together, depending on what your situation or scenario is. Anyway, we will, after we've gone through, clarify a little bit. So we come with these in the central point, and then we have the Emperor, this very benevolent figure, the basis of this. The sense that I get with these cards today, at this moment in time, is that the Emperor is just not moving anywhere. Do you know what I mean? He's a little bit tired, is what I get. Strong, benevolent, definitely, but just tired out, man. I do get that feeling from this. There's a breaking, there's just just tired. Stacey's is the other word that I keep hearing. Buzz off, fly. Stacey's. Sometimes the structures need to be shaken up a bit in order to continue in a yeah. That's just what I'm getting, Taurus. So let's see. Isn't this Libra moon, this full moon? I mean, it's all about balance. In the past, as I say, all about balance. this is in the position of what's behind you, Taurus. We have the Six of Discs, which is the ultimate card of balance, of mutual giving and mutual receiving. Traditionally, it's the generous, someone who's very generous because they know that it flows back again. I don't see a lot of generosity in the central area in this reading today, but this card definitely speaks of that, and that is behind you. It's almost as if someone's withheld something from you. This is just what I'm getting. Something's been withheld, and you're kind of rebelling against that, or not rebelling, but you're just, no, it's like a sort of revolutionary act. Someone's, that's just what I'm getting here. This is behind you because you understand what reciprocity and mutuality is. You understand the nature of what you give, and you give freely, ideally. You give freely because you understand the nature of the way that things flow in and flow out. And I get the basis, here with the Emperor. There's nothing really flowing in or flowing out here. It's just sort of rip, shit, or bust around it. I don't know. It's a strange feeling. Anyway, we get what we get, Taurus, at this current time. And so maybe you are breaking away. You are, because you want to give birth to something new and beautiful. And this is the perfect opportunity too. To me, this reading feels like this is the Princess of Discs, one of my favourite cards, but she is pregnant. And she's just about to give birth. She's lit up. We see the trees about to bear buds, to bear leaves. It's a seasonal card. Therein lies its timing. Currently, in the current position, you want to give birth to some new things here. And they are coming through. But like there's been a bit of a, it feels to me like there's been a bit of a display of fireworks in the central position to try and get this Emperor to actually do something apart from being a Stacey's. This is what it feels like. You could imagine that, you could sort of imagine this scenario in some kind of relationship, or even any situation, a workplace or anything like that. So moving forward for beautiful Taurus, and then we'll come back through and clarify a couple of positions here for you, Taurus. These readings are very general, of course. So moving forward, we've got the Prince of Discs. Slow moving, of the earth, of course. But he is airy earth, and he's got the world in his hands, dear Taurus. Look. Or she. Look, this is beautiful. The princess and the prince. Princess is giving birth. It's like the prince is carrying this through to its not conclusion, but is carrying it through like a midwife, carrying it through the transitional gap. Maybe this is aspects of you, maybe it is aspects of someone else, a person in your life, a new person. possibly in your life, enabling you. I do feel like it feels really, for some reason, very Venusian. It's quite comforting. I do get that for some reason. Taurus there, very comforting character. Anyway, let's just let's go through and we'll just clarify here for beautiful Taurus. What are you just, you're giving birth to something here after a breaking down, after a rallying against this sort of, I do feel like the Emperor is very benevolent, but kind of too rigid. Something that it could be an environment, or it could be anything, you know. So when we're looking at the beautiful Princess of Discs, just about to give birth to something incredible, and I do think, beautiful Taurus, this is you. We get to clarify it, we get assessing, we get assessment. What energy have we put into a project or something or whatever? What are we getting out of it here? What are we getting out of it? Sometimes, you know, it's our responsibility to make sure the weather conditions or the conditions are okay for something to be able to come through, to be born, to be able to be created. It is our personal, there is a personal responsibility often comes up with, I think it came up in the last Taurus reading, for some reason. So you are assessing here and actually figuring out what it is that you desire. All the sevens are about desire, what we want to see coming in, what we want to see coming to fruition. Let's see, Taurus. Prince of Discs. Prince of Discs. We clarify the Prince of Discs moving forward. Oops, that's a few too many. Prince of Discs moving forward, please. I've been a bit stubborn, Taurus. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose all the time. Sorry. Sorry about that. So moving forward, we're seeing an assessment currently, because you understand the mutuality of the Six of Discs, of that giving and receiving. You understand it, you know. Moving forward, and this, apart from the central explosive point coming out with these two cards, I mean, apart from that, it's all discs, it's all really solid. You know, things don't always come about in the way that we may have expected them to come. As I was saying with this, and we are in this asking for clarity for this Prince of Discs, what felt like a kind of midwife character helping you. A Venusian character, very Venusian. And we are looking at very material, you know, this is all discs here around the outside of that central fiery point. So for clarity for the Prince of Discs, we get the moon. You know, there are some things that we can't see, and we have to have faith. So whatever's going on in this reading for you, Taurians out there, you know, you could interpret it in a few different ways. But I just have to go with what I get. And it does, to me, feel that you're breaking free of some rigidity, of some restrictions. That's been a long time coming. Because it wouldn't be this explosive if it hadn't, you know, really. For someone out there, you know, this may not resonate, of course. Breaking free of a rigid sort of, yet not oppressive even. It's not an oppressive presence. It's just, it's as if you're just not getting anything from it, from this Emperor. So, and of course you understand that maybe it could be about a relationship. You understand that once it was a very reciprocal arrangement, you know, agreement, relationship. It could be business, relationship, business. It could be anything. You're assessing, you know what you want to come into fruition now. Have you know, created the right environment for that? Because you need to in order to build new foundations, which is what is happening, dear Taurus, here. As we're moving forward, you are building them. And we do rely on others too to help us with this. Collaboration, that kind of thing. Often, not always. And so moving forward, we have the moon and the Prince of Discs. To me, it is very Venusian, you know. Something about this character, and it may well be a character in your life. Anyway, let's just, it's kind of a confusing reading. Cancer. Taurus. Sorry, Cancer. What am I talking about? Beautiful Taurus. Let's get a journey map card that sums up this reading, because there's so many narratives going on in it. There's too many there. Like, really sums it up. As I said before, this card just leapt out. Have faith, Taurus. Have faith. You might not see what this end result is, or you can't quite see how you're going to build foundations, how you're going to build these new foundations. All you knew was that you were somehow restricted with the static character that was restrictive. Have faith that you can do it. You can do it, and you are doing it, and you will see your trees will bear fruit, my Taurian friends. Now, it's not going to take that long. You just can't see it yet. Let's get a faith is a beautiful card as well, because it recognizes that we all walk in these pathways of light. We are animated by it. And that when we recognize that in other people, excuse me, we can meet them, speaking of balance, on even ground, without agenda, without judgment, and without defense. It's a beautiful card, lovely Taurus. Now, let's get a pixie and fairy. Interesting, like there's been a few kind of wild readings. Pixie and Fairy, Brian Froud's beautiful fairy oracle. We get Iris, we get the gorgeous iris of the rainbows. Look, any mist, any fog, any cloud will be dispersed. And it's going to happen quite quickly, and it's going to, as I said, and it's going to happen soon with beautiful iris of the rainbows. And you'll see before too long that glorious little pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that you couldn't see before, my friends. Interesting reading, dear Taurus. I hope you got something from this. We get what we get on any given day. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a brilliant week. Enjoy, take time out to enjoy the full moon in Libra, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully see you soon, Taurus. Thank you. Cheerio. Bye.